On. Okay, ma. Listen. Yesterday we covered free software foundation, which is meant for distribution of software without any licensing fee and along with the source code. It was founded by Richard M. Stallman. Then Linus Torvalds was the person who created the kernel for what? Linux operating system. And the project itself was called GNU. GNU for GNU not Unix. GNU full form is GNU not Unix. Then they have introduced a new form of license called GNU General Public License. It allows everyone to share the source code with only one condition. If you improve the source code, you have to send it back to the original repository so that others may also get benefited. It was founded by Richard M. Stallman. Okay, it's all the previous classes content. Now we come on to the structure of Linux operating system. Linux, Unix, Windows or any other operating system has got two different components. Just like humans. Humans have two components. One is the mind, which is invisible. The other one is the body, which is visible. Similar to that, operating system has got an invisible component, which always keeps working, and it is called the kernel. Kernel means the inner core. If you buy a mango fruit, the inner core is different from the fleshy outer portion. If you buy an egg, the inner core, the yellow portion, is different from the white surrounding portion. Similar to that, operating system has got an inner core, which is called kernel. Kernel. Can you repeat? What is the inner core of operating system? Kernel. And there is an outer layer, which is called shell. Just like a egg shell. Just like the shell of an egg. We interact only with the shell, whether it is Windows, whether it is Linux, whether it is Unix, or whatever operating system we use. We interact only with the shell. We do not interact with our kernel because it does not speak to us. Okay. If you go to a temple, you do not interact with the deity directly. You go, you offer it to some pusari. Similar to that, the kernel is like the God, which doesn't speak to us. Whereas the shell is like the what? The person performing the puja. Okay, shell is the one which interacts with us. Kernel is the one which really does the work, but it does not care to speak to us. It only works and remains inside. Okay, then shell, there are different types of shell. Kernel cannot be changed often, whereas shells can be changed. They say that there is a default shell called Bond shell, Bourne, Bond shell. This was one of the most advanced shells available from the previous days. Bond shell. It was renamed as Born Again shell when Linux came into advance. It was called Bash, Born Again shell. Then C shell. C shell has got programming features similar to C programming language. It is a programmable shell. All shells are programmable, whereas this shell, C shell, supports structure similar to C programming language. Then Corn shell, K shell, KSH or Corn shell. And there is another shell in the Mac operating system, Z shell. They call it the Z shell because it has got everything you desire to have from a shell. They call it the Z shell. Z always is the end. Z shell. They call it ZSH. Z shell. Okay. Now we move on to shell command. LR for list files. It's similar to dir in our MS jobs. Similar to dir, but it has got several options. ls minus l, ls minus a. You have already used all these things. ls minus l list length file. ls minus a list all directories. ls minus d list directories. ls minus t list time wise. All those options are available. mkdir make a directory, create a directory. Then rmdir remove the directory, create a directory. mkdir rmdir remove directory. Then cp for copy. CP for copy. COPY is the normal command we use in Windows DOS, whereas CP is the command equivalent of copy. Then move, MOVE is the normal command we use in Windows MS DOS, whereas MV is the command we use in Unix or Linux. These commands are supported on Unix operating system as well as Linux because Unix, Linux, and Mac have the same type of kernel. It's Unix kernel. Typically, a Unix kernel branded into different versions. Then CD change directory. CD double dot. Double dot means parent. I already told you dot means me. Double dot means my parent. Okay. Therefore, CD double dot means go to the parent directory. Then CD tilde s. Tilde s for home. Go home. CD tilde s. Space tilde s. When you say CD tilde s, we shall go back to the home directory. CD slash. Slash stands for root directory. Root directory means the directory from which all other directories originate. It's like the starting point of a river. A river may start at a particular point. It may later on diverge into different streams. Similar to that, all directories start at the root directory, which is termed as slash. CD slash goes to the root directory. Mount, unmount. Do you remember? Mount means you insert the pen drive. When you insert the pen drive, you get a pop-up that it shows that the pen drive has been mounted for our usage. Then you typically click upon the triangle button, then exit the pen drive. It's unmounting. It's unmounting, whereas we do it without any commands. Whereas if you wish to do those things through command, you can use mount and unmount. Where the earlier versions of whatever we do with our pen drive or any other removable media, maybe CD, DVD, pen drive, whatever other device. Then eject. Eject will what? Will push out the CD tray. Eject dev SR0. I told you how to use this command. You have also tried to use it. Several persons got the result. Eject space slash dev slash SR0 was the command I suggested, and it worked for most of you when CD tray is available. CD tray is mounted as dev SR0. You can eject it through eject command. Shutdown minus R time. You can shut down the computer. Minus R states that you are restarting. Minus R for restart. And the time duration after which restart should occur is given here. Then shutdown minus H time. H for halt. You simply shut down the computer. Perfect shutdown. Minus H stands for halt. Minus R stands for restart. Sleep. It's what we do when theory class starts. Sleep. Till everyone is woken up. A computer can be made to sleep for a while. Sleep 20 years. If you say sleep 20 years, if you sleep for 20 seconds, then wake up for working on the command we provide. Sort. We can sort the contents of a file either in descending order or in ascending order. There are two orders. Ascending means A to Z. Descending means Z to A. If you wish to reverse the normal order, you have to specify minus R. Minus R for reverse order. Z to A. Starting from 9 to 0 or Z to A will occur when we specify sort minus R followed by 5. Okay. We have 64 commands and okay. We'll close at 16th command. We'll go back to the other commands in the next class. Recording stopped.